It's protocol.
But see, here's the thing. If I do something, some shit on jail anyway.
Yeah, you've got a warrant. There's nothing we can do about that.
That's what I'm saying. So
okay, what my partner here, I mean, how it works is in the federal system, you know, you're sentenced based on a point system.
Yeah.
It's a sliding scale.
Mm-hmm.
It moves constantly. Throughout this whole process, it can move based on you. They can put you at the high end, they can put you at the low end. It's completely based on you. And in the federal system, it's 85%. You're going to do 85%.
Yeah, I'm not
There's no bond.
But with your cooperation,
well, what am I cooperating for? I haven't been a handgun.
well, you're cooperating and minimizing that sentence for a handgun because basically it's from 0 days to 10 years. And depending upon where you're on that sliding scale, because I'm telling you, we're going to convict you. It's just what it boils down to is how much time you're going to do. Whether you do 6 months, whether you do 2 years, you do 4 years, you do 6 years, or you do it all, you do 10 years. And what's done's done. You can't change that we traffic stopped you. It was a good stop, that you had the gun on you. We got the gun. The gun's traveled interstate nexus. We did all that. It's not a pretend gun. So the only thing you can do now is to minimize on the sliding scale how much time you're doing. And I'm being perfectly straight with you. The only way you're going to minimize that is cooperating with us. You don't have to. It's completely up to you.
I'm not cooperating. I'm just like I said. I didn't tell you. I sit in that room and told you everything.
No, you didn't. See, last time you wouldn't talk to us.
Every time they asked me, I answered.
No, Damon.
I didn't sign the paper because I didn't have a lawyer present, but every time they asked me, I answered.
No, that's not how it worked. I tried to talk to you for a while.
Yeah, I remember.
See, here's the thing. We're bound by law. Okay? We can't push the issue. Okay? We've got to work it the right way. You sign this. This isn't saying that you now have to tell us every little thing you know. This is just saying that you'll talk to us about without the lawyer.
And it says right here, if you decide to answer questions, you have the right to stop and answer any time. So you sign it and we talk about some stuff and you say it's enough, guys. It's enough.
But I mean, I want to talk about some shit I don't remember back. I'll tell you about everything.
Well, the only way we're gonna find out that way is to talk to you.
And guess what you could answer to that if we asked. I don't know anything about that. Okay.
I knew nothing about it, man. I read that shit up here for some bullshit, so you know what. I'm trying to operate this for the side of the detective. That shouldn't be up here to this shit. I'm trying to operate. I'm just trying to live my life, man.
It's called police work.
I got you, right? I mean, I didn't feel like I was running from nothing anyway. That's why I told them when I was at the hospital.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, nobody knew you had the warrant.
Nah.
It's called police work. I mean, it's not, hey, let's go see if we can screw over Damon.
I mean, I'm not saying that, but I mean, I feel like this is unnecessary. If it was going to be indicted, I just should have done it.
Well, and look, you're not an idiot. You know this is more about the felon in possession. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you've been charged at this point.
Look here, sir.
And now listen to me. And there's other charges that are going to come out. And that's where the coopration is really going to depend upon what you do.
This is small compared to what we've really got, what's really going on with this whole deal.
Let me tell you something. I pulled over a car. I'm going to the barber shop. Yes, I had a down on it. Before I was whatever y'all fishing for, I don't know nothing about it.
The problem is that wasn't the last day that this whole thing's been going on.
I mean, I don't
Okay, just hear me out.
Okay.
There's a bigger picture.
Okay.
And we know a lot of it.
Mom,
do you think it was a surprise that we just happened to pull you over there?
We both all men here. We don't have to talk like kids. I know it wasn't no surprise. I was already there. I said it yourself. So like I said, I seen you when I pulled up. Went to the damn barber shop.
Yeah. You don't think we were following you when you went to pick Teo up? You don't think we saw you when Ricky come over your house? When you first come over, he went back over to your house,
Well,
and you come back?
Yeah, when he dropped me off, that's my car was at, and so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We went to the barber shop, and then that's where we was on our way to when we left the house. So.
You don't think you saw you and Taylor walking up the street and watch Bivens go by and talk to you?
I mean, shit.
You think it's kind of funny that she's never been locked up?
I mean, shit, she do what she do. I don't even really know her. That's his friend. Like I said, man, I'm just...
So what I'm telling you is, well, we know what was going on. We know what the gig was. We've talked to other people.
We know the plan.
bigger picture. If you want to get on, and you want to cooperate, we're going to work with you because we think you're a minor player in this.
I don't know what you're talking about for one. You know, without the big pictures, I didn't tell me, but anything, I'm not shining them, but anything y'all need to know, I'll tell you, I don't have shit to do with that. Man, I've been shot all this time, trying to live my fucking
So you understand your rights and you agree to talk to us, you just don't want to sign.
I'm not saying shit. I mean, but if y'all ask me whatever y'all, I'll tell y'all whatever y'all want to know, because I don't have nothing to have and I'm not in nothing.
It's fine.
Something I want to do is live my fucking life, man. This right here is inconvenience. I'm trying to get ready for the holidays. Now I don't have no money to do with this shit.
Well, I tell you, that's not going to happen.
I already know it ain't gonna happen. I see that now. And regardless if I talk or not, it's not gonna happen. So like I said, man, it's just more bullshit dropped on my shoulders. So much I gotta deal with. Like I said, I've been trying to live my life and I got caught up in somebody else's bullshit. So
Well, I mean,
Well, if you want to go down for somebody else's bullshit, that's your
I'm
choice.
down for nothing. I mean, whatever, you know, I got caught, I had my gun on me. I'm protecting myself from a crazy motherfucker out here trying to kill me the first time. Now, if I don't, you know, if I couldn't get no 2 points, I ain't out here trying to shoot no motherfucker, and I wasn't the gun and the lower. I mean, you know, so I didn't have nothing in the chamber, nothing. But I'm gonna protect myself. This man tried to kill me. The detective in there that brought me in was on my case. He know everything that happened.
Damon, I gotta be honest with you. Not only from just what you tell me, but from a lot of other stuff that we found out. Don't believe you one bit that was your gun.
Man, I'm not done, but you don't believe it was my gun.
That's right.
Well, how did it get in my pocket?
Oh, you had possession of it. It was in your pocket, but I don't think it's your gun.
Oh, man. I got shit, man. I
mean, not that doesn't help you. I mean, you got caught with it. Now, there's nothing you can do
No,
about
I'm
it.
just saying, I've been shot. Why wouldn't it be my gun?
What? I'm not saying that you wouldn't want
So
to
if
have a
it wasn't,
gun.
no, I'm just saying, if it wasn't my gun, it wouldn't been in my pocket.
That's not true.
I'm not carrying
You
no
know that.
motherfucker. I'm
Come on,
20 years old. I'm not carrying no motherfucker shit. I'm not taking no case for no motherfucker.
Well,
I'm like I said, sir. Anything y'all want to ask me, ask me.
So you're saying it's your gun, so if that gun was used in a crime, and ballistics come back, that the same bullet that was fired out of that gun went through the guy's body that was dead? You're saying it's your gun, it's nobody else's gun, is that what you're saying?
Let me tell you, I got that gun off the street. So regardless of whatever comes up, it's gonna be mine anyway.
when did you get it?
I told you when I did it.
No.
Man, I got that back in a little bit after that show, whatever's in the summer. Got it off the street for $100. I told you that.
Okay, and I apologize, I'm not familiar with when you got shot.
I got shot in 2000.
In 2000. In 2004. In the summer of 2004?
Yeah, May 23rd, 2004.
Okay. And you said that you got it after that.
Yeah, a little bit after that.
So, like-
I'll say about 05, yeah, probably about 05.
Okay. Now, you might have told me where you got shot here in Louisville.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you know who was it?
Antoine Churchill.
That's right. I think you did tell
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
One day informant, yeah.
Did he get charged?
Yeah, misdemeanor. So you didn't understand my position. Yeah, this man misdemeanor out there stood over top of me and put all them bullets in me. Dropped his clip, went down another one, and he got misdemeanor. So you gonna tell me I can't be a little scared about, you know, I took bullets from a 4 the shit y'all use. I ain't supposed to be walking, I ain't supposed to be here. So, you know, like I said, man, I thought I was doing is protecting myself. Now I see, you know, had I known I would stayed in my own damn car, I went to the barber shop my own damn self.
Went to the barbershop when?
And the day y'all pulled this over, that's where I was gonna go. And I'm like, my car's leaking, fuck it, I'm a rabbit shooting. That's how I ended up doing home and taking my car home. And that's how y'all followed me to drop my car. Went home and took my car home until my car was leaking. I should have cut my ass in my car and went down my own goddamn haircut. So now I'm in a whole lot of bullshit just for trying to do the damn right. And I know y'all don't believe me, it's not your job to believe me. I don't have no reason to lie, I've been through so much shit, man, I just want to live.
Well, so the whole...
It takes money to live, though. That's the
I
key.
don't have no money.
Right.
That's the thing.
I know, and that's the key.
Okay,
So you got to get money. You're a smart man. And now we're talking about what you were going to do. Make some money.
What do I want to do?
Make some money to support yourself.
What are you trying to do that, son?
I'm just telling you, you're out to make some money.
I can make some money.
Let me ask you this.
Money every night.
Ricky's had money.
Oh shit, man, that man ain't got no money.
Let me ask
You
you
want to
this.
take of it.
Who?
You.
I take of what?
The money.
What money?
From Ricky.
Well, that was too much shit aside, man. I don't need nobody's money. I got family, this and that. Everything I've done on my own with it, man. I lived off a fucking check. Cost me $5,000 to try to get my fucking teeth fixed. I'm trying to get my body back together. Fuck Ricky, whatever.
So you think about that. You can lie, but you know what we're talking about. And you know what.
Look, man.
And you know that Ricky's a target of this investigation.
Of course now I do.
We'd be
Of course now I do.
We'd be more happy. You cooperate with us and you tell us the truth and stuff. We'll do everything we can to talk to the federal prosecutor to cut you some slack and have you home for the holidays.
Everything I know, but whatever I tell you, I don't believe anyway.
No, listen, that's fine. We'll ask you some questions. You want to talk to us. But do you think that our main goal here is to get Damon Shanklin?
Hell no, I'm not stupid, man. Y'all know I'm not stupid. I found that out from the day we got locked up.
But you know what could happen? Damon Shanklin could go down for a long time with Ricky Kelly.
But you know, that would be something.
Ricky Kelly's a desperate man.
Man, I don't give a fuck what Rick do. That's his business.
Well,
That's
but
it.
you're,
You know what
but
I
you're
said?
part of it now.
Because I got locked up with Rick.
Right.
I'm a part of it.
Yeah.
I can't just be in a car.
See, there's more to it than that.
Well, what's the
Listen,
to it?
we're not going to play this game about
Man, I'm not playing.
Going to the barber shop.
barbershop.
That's why I was headed.
What? Listen. No. Okay.
Alright,
Let me ask you a question about that day. Let me ask you a question about that day. What were you and Teo doing? Just kind of walking around the
Shit,
neighborhood.
they told me to come on this walk. I'm damn, I'm walking through this for something to pull
I
up.
mean, it was probably 100 degrees outside.
I wasn't 100. It was
pretty
like,
hot.
no, it wasn't that hot. It was because I had on t-shirt and jeans and sunglasses. It was hot, but it wasn't that hot.
Yeah. I mean, what? So what was the? Because
Man,
you were in the house.
What?
You were in the house first.
No,
Yeah.
when we started walking, we just got out of the car.
Earlier in the day, before you picked Teo up.
Yeah, I went in the house and go. Listen, now follow me to drop my car. We came back to that house.
Right.
He took the shower and then said, "Go did Teo." I went to did Teo. That was it. Didn't say nothing. I came back. As soon as we got out of the car, Teo told me to start walking. Start walking this and that. And Stephanie pulled up. Him and her said something to me, walked back. That was it.
What did Stephanie say when she pulled up?
He was talking to him. I didn't
Talking to
who? She was talking to Teo.
Oh, okay.
So like I said, without went back. That was it. I didn't ask him. I don't ask no questions or nothing. I'm going to get the fucking haircut. I'm alright. Don't need none of this bullshit. I know I ain't never been involved in none of this bullshit. So why start now?
So if you're going to go to the barber shop, why'd you end up going back instead of going in your car running across the street? And Ricky went like this and give you an order and you went running like a dog. Yeah, we saw it. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. You were running like this and Ricky comes. You and Teo both took a 9 and went straight to his house. And I saw it with my own eyes.
I thought shit.
Now let me ask this. You get there, you park at the house.
Yeah.
You and Ricky take your car, park at the house, take the car, drop it back off, park back at the house. You leave to go get Teo, you don't park by the house.
I thought I was across the street.
No. That street is right across the street.
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
It's not across from the house, though. It's not in front of the house. It's not across from the house.
I
It's
look
on-
at
it's
shit.
on-
We don't need to argue about where it is. I mean,
We know
why.
why. Right, shit.
Why?
Shit, walk around there. I have no idea. Shit, first we were sitting there watching the TV, just like we was watching the porno. And then as we got out, kind of like shit, walking. We stood took out walking.
Okay. The stories, they're fine. You want to go with them. But I'm telling you that we know a lot more, and we know a lot more detail about the entire day Just hear me out. Listen, and it's a lot bigger than being a felon in possession of a firearm.
Well, that's the only thing I'm involved in.
Nope.
Well, like I said, sir, that's the only thing I'm involved in right there. Whatever Rick got going on, or whatever y'all had, or this and that. Because here's the thing, y'all never knew about me till I pulled up, right?
Wrong.
Okay, so when did you know about me then? Y'all never knew who I was until I pulled up.
That's not true.
Well, shit. Other than that, that's the only thing me and Rich had done. Is he called me that morning and told me to come get him. We going to the barbershop.
You don't think what's in your house, your car over at Madison before? Over at 1610 Madison?
Man, you think I don't
Wasn't that way down your phone?
I went to school with Latanza.
Yeah, I didn't bring him, but we got pictures of your car over
I
there.
went to school with Latanza Madison, her sister, and known my mama since I was in fucking grade school.
That's nice, but you're telling us that was the first we'd known of you, and that's not true.
Okay, I mean, y'all know I've been on Madison, but I've been knowing them for years.
Well, that's fine. I'm not saying that we had you caught dirty before. I'm just saying.
Okay, but y'all told me about Madison, and I told you how I've been on
Okay.
Madison. There we go.
See, no problem.
That's what I said. I don't have, man, look, anything y'all need, I can help y'all out with, but, you know, like I said, I'm not going to say something that I'm not doing.
Listen, okay. Whatever story, that's fine. I don't expect you to sit in here the first time talking with us and jump right on board. But do us a favor,
I'm listening.
okay? We're not dumb,
I'm not listening.
okay? I don't think you are. So I think you know that we know.
Oh, what? That's what I still haven't answered. What did y'all know is what I'm telling you.
We're not putting the cards on the table.
We're not going to put our cards on the table. Okay? There's enough going on that we've told you enough that I think you're smart enough to know we didn't just pull it out of the air.
Do you think, let's just name, you think it was a coincidence we had nothing better to do to go down there and sit on Galaxy and watch you? And sit over on Madison and watch you and
Y'all
watch
was
Ricky?
watching me. Y'all was not watching
You're
me.
right, we were watching Ricky.
Thank you. So, if I come around this man, you don't have to take notice of me. I don't do nothing that ain't.
But what I'm saying is, by watching Ricky, we was walking Ricky and his cast of characters, and you happen to be turning one up, so that puts you involved.
This time happened to me, and this man liked me because I rap. I do music. I'm coming back from being shot. Can't happen to motherfucker look up.
Cameras and audios don't lie.
But give me an audio and the cameras then. So like I said, I can't happen to no man. You know, man, I done been shot. This and that. But I'm not a part of nobody's organization. None of that shit, man.
He didn't say part of an organization. You're part of what we were watching because you were there.
Because I was there. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
But
So
what
I'm
we're
just
talking
doing it
about
wrong.
is we know what was going on that day.
Well, what's wrong? Do tell me.
Listen to me. Come on. You know better than we're not going to throw our cards out on the
Let me
table.
tell you something, officer. There's something going on. Whatever y'all talking about, there was kids in that house and nothing when I came to that house.
There was what?
There was kids in that house.
We know when the kids got there. The kids weren't there in the morning.
So what was I was saying? What you mean in the morning?
The kids weren't there
When I
first thing we
pulled up
got
when the
there.
kids was there. That was in that house. That was in that house when we left.
We know. I can tell you the exact time the kid came home.
We got notes of it. We
I
never
can
took
tell you
eyes
the
off
exact
of
time
it.
that-
But tell me, because he was up when I left.
Yeah, when you left. When you left. I'm
Yes.
saying he wasn't there when you got there.
But shit, I came in and went right back out since I know so much. I didn't even stay. I went in and came right back out, dropped my car, now the car, went downtown.
Went and picked up Teo.
Yeah.
Right. I know. You don't have to tell me these details. I mean.
That's the only time I'm guilty.
Well, luckily, but you know.
But we want to know about, from your mouth, from your words,
Mm-hmm.
because we already got it. The thing about it is, your cooperation, is a lot of times when we ask questions, we already know the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it.
Okay.
But, and you're smart enough to know that Ricky's our target. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm not sure.
Ricky's our target. But we're wanting to corroborate information we already have. So we want to know what Ricky told you. Because that's what we're getting at. We'll all cut to the chase.
Tell me that.
You know, when Ricky talked to you, you know, about, that's it.
About what?
Well, that's what you know. That's what we're asking. We're asking the questions.
What
You
did
get
Ricky
the
talk
answer.
to me about? Only thing Ricky ever talked to me about, man, I don't think since I've been back from the dead, I've been changing my music to that. Rick wants to help me get into the music business with me trying to get back in the music business. So I mean, really, relationship me and Rick didn't have.
Are you familiar with the word conspiracy?
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, I'm real to, man, come on, man.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, some people don't.
Yeah, but like I said.
I wasn't trying to, you know, I'm curious. Now, in a conspiracy, if there's a conspiracy, since you're familiar with it.
That's somebody conspiring to do something. This, I know, this.
And are you familiar with, it doesn't have to happen for them to be charged with it?
I mean, shit, what was you getting at?
I mean, you're aware of that?
What, conspiracy?
Right, you're right. They're conspiring to do something.
Yeah,
Okay. And in order for them to be charged, convicted, put away for, like, say somebody was conspiring to rob a bank. They can go to prison for a long time, just as long, whether they ever go out and rob that bank.
I understand.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
Okay.
Okay, you got this choo-choo train.
Mm-hmm.
I'll draw it out here for you. Okay. You got the engine here. I'll give you a chance to make fun of my artwork. You got some cars here. Okay, they're going down here. And you got some little people in the cars. Okay. All right. The train's going down the track. Okay. And this guy here, we'll call him 1. He's already on the car. Okay. And you know, not doing anything. And these other guys, they're kind of up the tracks here. They're sitting here waiting, you know, for the train to come by. Okay. Well, this guy, he decides, you know, I think I can get some money. I'll rob this bank up here. You know, but I just don't know how I'm going to do it. But, you know, I think if I can get a couple people to help me, maybe I'll do it. So the train kind of goes down the tracks and it comes by here and it picks up these 2 guys. So they sit down in this box car and they're sitting here talking and the guy says, you know, I think I'd like to rob that bank, you know, at a couple stops up the tracks up here. The guy said, yeah, well, I could use some money. I'd like to rob the bank too. Yeah, I'd like to rob the bank too. Well, you know, we need some stuff to rob the bank. You know, we probably need some guns. You know, the police, they check for fingerprints and stuff. We probably need some gloves. We probably need some masks. Well, you know, I was doing some lawn work today. I got some gloves here. These gloves are kind of innocent. They're used for lawn work, but you know, if we can use that, we go in and rob. No, let me tell a story. So we rob the bank and stuff. Well, yeah, we'll use those. Well, this is what we'll do. We'll go up here. You guys got a car? Yeah, I got a car. Well, what you do is you drop us off at the bank, and you go up here, and I'll go in, and this guy will go in. So 2 of us will go in, and you wait in the car. I'll pull my gun out, and I'll hold the teller, and you take the bag and have them put all the loot in the bag. And then after we get the money, we'll go back out here to the car, and you'll drive away. But what happens is they do all this and stuff, and well, they didn't know it, but you know, this guy here, he's an undercover cop. Okay? And so they're not really going to rob this bank, you know. But anyway, so they get all these plans, and you know, they sit around in this train car and they talk about it, and they show, well, I got a gun here, you know, and I got gloves, and I got this nice big bag that we can put the money in and stuff, and so they'll do it. And so they talk about it, and they decide, and they say, well, all you got to do is come up with you know, another guy. I want a second lookout. So we got 2 guys now in the bank, and then me. Okay? And so they get this other guy, and they bring him on. And this other guy here, he didn't know anything about this first plans. And they say, hey, man, we're going to rob this bank. We think we'll get $10,000. You help us. All you got to do is be in the bank and stand there with your gun, and we'll give you $500. You don't have to drive in the car. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is be in the bank at 9:15. It opens at 9, and we'll get there about 9:20. And all you got to do is cover this guard over here. And so that guy said, sure, man, $500. All I got to do is stand in the bank. I'm not involved. I'm not doing anything. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. And so what happens is they go there, and this guy goes in, and he's at the bank at 9:15. Well, what happens is like I said, this guy's an undercover cop, so they really don't go to the bank. What they do is they send the police to the bank, and they catch this guy. And they pat him down, and well, you know, he's got a gun on him. So you know what happens? He goes to the federal penitentiary for conspiracy to commit bank robbery, and all he did was go to the bank and stand. But what he didn't know was these conversations back here, they were taped, because that undercover cop, he was wearing a wire. And so it was taped. So you know how much time he gets? He gets 15 years. You know what he did? He had a gun on him and he was standing in a bank. That's what a conspiracy is. So you see what I mean? So sometimes you think, well, you know, I really didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything. All I did was listen to a conversation and they said something. And all I had to do was say, oh, I was going to the bank because I was going to make a withdrawal of some money. And nobody will know anything different. But like I said, the problem is in this whole conspiracy, you got a couple guys talking on a train, and then he didn't know about the initial plans, but he was buddies with this other guy, and the other guy said, look, all you got to do is go to the bank at 9:15, and if you're at the bank at 9:15 and you cover that guard, so when we go in to rob it, it'll make sure he don't shoot us in the back, and then you leave, nobody will know you was with us, you're not in a getaway car, you know, you're just a minor player, nobody will know, and you think, man, there's no way I'll get caught. But, you know, the guy did get caught. Because what he did is when he took the gun, he was making an act towards this conspiracy. So, he's doing 15 years. So that's kind of in a nutshell kind of how a conspiracy in a hypothetical situation. I'm not saying that this example ever happened, but I just kind of want to give you something to roll around in your mind so you can think, well, you know, I really didn't do anything. I didn't do much. But the problem is, when there's undercover cops involved, you know, and people don't know, you know, who these people are that are listening to these conversations. We're talking on the street, or they're talking in a car. You know, maybe a car's wired and it's bugged, or, you know, maybe the popo's listening to these phone calls on the telephones and they're looking for it. But really, to kind of complete this scenario a little bit further, well, this guy here, the one that was on the bank, on the train by himself before these other guys come along, you know, he'd already robbed like 20 banks. So really the government was wanting to get him, you know. So what this guy did here, instead of getting 15 years, he thought, man, you know, they got me. I'm going to cooperate with the government. So they cooperated. He said, yeah, you know, what happened is Jimmy over here, he told me about it, and this was the plan. You're right, and that's what I was going to do. Oh, okay. Well, we'll give you consideration. So instead of doing 15 years, we're going to give you 6 months and 3 years probation. But by his cooperating, this guy here that was the mastermind and already robbed 20 banks, well, he did life in prison. Does that kind of make sense what we're getting at? You kind of put the different people here. Well, Ricky Kelly's did some stuff, and he did some bad stuff. And we'd really like to get him off the streets. And we're not saying that
off the streets,
we're not saying that Damon Shanklin is a mastermind or did any of these major things that went on, but we're saying that Damon Shanklin had some conversations. They might have been talking about music, and they talked about music, but while they were talking about music, they talked about some other stuff. And that other stuff's what we're wanting your consideration, your cooperation, and that's what we're wanting to talk to you about. Does that make sense at all?
I mean, y'all want to talk to me about whatever y'all want to know about Rick.
Because you're our ears, you know what I'm saying? And we already got this information, but we're wanting to cooperate it. You know, because the problem is because the problem we run into is even though sometimes we'll have tape conversations with people, they'll get on the stand and they'll change their voice or something, and they'll say that wasn't me. Well, that when we get somebody like you that cooperates, that doesn't want to spend a lot of time in the penitentiary, they can say, yeah, no, that was his voice. I was there. That's my voice. I heard it. You know, you see what I'm saying? It's just a little something. Because when we got a case, but we're wanting to make the case a stronger case.
Okay.
And that's what we're looking for your cooperation, because we don't think you're a big player. But the problem is, you go back to this little scenario here, Damon. If the case, and maybe we'll win, maybe we won't. But I mean, it's kind of a gamble, but just not a little bit of cooperation, looking at doing a very minimal time for being a felon in possession, being tied up in a big conspiracy where you're looking at 15 plus years.
I'm gonna say this.
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not a cheap player in anything. And like I said, man, anything that y'all want to ask me about that I know, let me tell you that, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of motherfuckers harassing me about whatever, but I don't know nothing. The only thing I know is me and this man talk. Yeah, I know what motherfuckers say and done this and that, but they never did it to me and I ain't never been around them, so I don't give a fuck. And my thing is my music. And I think that's what I was put back here for, to tell my story. And I, you know, other than this other shit, you know nothing about it.
The problem is you are wrapped up in it.
I know this.
Right.
I'm wrapped up in something I can't do nothing just like this shit.
You can do something about it. That's the problem, Damon.
What can I do?
Are you, Damon? We've sat here and explained to you.
I understand what you're saying, but I can't tell you. I don't know.
Well, see, you do know. I'm not saying you know the big master plan, but we want to know what you do know because there was conversation. Ricky, Stephanie,
Listen.
okay, Teo, you. There was conversation. Now,
And there was a plan.
Okay, what was the plan then?
That's what we want to hear from you.
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
well, then tell us, because there was a reason that Teo came over there and that you came over there and
this man,
that Ricky was over there and that Stephanie was over there.
this man clapped. I was Stephanie's house, wasn't it?
I understand that. You're right. Stephanie's house. However, Stephanie's not innocent. And you know that.
She's not what?
Innocent.
Man, I don't know what's that.
Okay.
I'm just now finding out this is his baby mama's sister or some shit. I don't know nothing about all that, man. I thought shit, the man called me. I said, what you doing?
Who called you?
Right.
Okay.
That's how I got at the house. I don't know how would I know where to go at. I was going to get them haircuts, that was it. Then we came back and he jumped in the car, we jumped back in the car, dropped my car, he said, I'm take the shower. Go get Teo for me.
Did he say why?
No,
Okay.
he said, go get Teo, that's how it is, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Just say it is.
How'd you know where to go get Teo at?
I know where he was at.
Where'd you pick him up at?
Ribbon Edge in front of Victory Park. Anything else?
Well, you know, yeah.
So what about Teo? Was he curious why y'all said you picked him up and not Ricky?
Asked me what we doing all the time. Shit, doing me, I didn't know shit, so I can't tell you something I don't know. Just told me to pick Teo up and then say nothing. That was it. Alright. Okay, you going down, huh? Yeah, I'm going down there. Pick Teo up, fuck, that was it. Other than that,
There's got to be a reason. You know, you were going.
Man.
Remember, you were going to the barber shop.
yeah.
And
We
then
was going to
that kind of
haircut
messed your plans up to go all the
You
way.
just explained to us that you're nobody's pawn, that you're nobody's
No, I
bitch.
sure ain't.
But you're not the type of person that if Ricky says, go pick up Teo, and you say, yes sir, and don't
That's
ask
what he
why.
said, but nah, man, that ain't even that type of situation. Shit, we do things different from that. Man, just like pick Teo up on your way back. That's all they are.
I'll tell you, it looked like a pawn to me when you guys get out of a car,
Mm-hmm.
walk up a street,
Mm-hmm.
talk to Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
turn around, walk back the street, and you're going to go to your car, and then all of a sudden Ricky, and I mean, I'm telling you, there was no hesitation. It was
You jogged.
a beeline straight to that door.
Jogging to the door. Is it
I
college?
mean, it was like he had a shock collar on your neck and said, Teo, Damon. And there you boys go.
Man.
That's the way it was.
I don't
when we
even know
watched
what
it.
he said to Stephanie. Man just told me, so I'm looking around.
See, I'm getting the picture that you are kind of doing
Man,
whatever he says.
I'm gonna
He tells you to start
I'm gonna tell
walking.
you what it was, I think that made him walk was whoever was in that gray car. The little gray car. I thought that's what made him tell that I'm not paying no attention. I'm just ready to go around here and walk. I for what? Just walk. And we started walking. I ain't say nothing. And that's when that gray car came past. This and that. Then I never got to the store. Then we seen Stephanie. I just saw talking to her. Then that's when we turned back. That was it. I'm going to the car. So other than that, then we turned around and I seen Teo go all over with Ricky Bishop, and that's when I ran over. That's it. And we, as I know, we stayed there for a minute. He finished without taking the shower without, then we got to see, he put on his clothes and
And
shit.
then you was all going to go to the barber shop together.
Yeah. That's it. Right on what, 26 in Hills, where we was headed. That was it. Had I known, I swear, had I known, I would have stayed in my own fucking car. Wouldn't have came nowhere, this and that, went straight to the bar, showing that my haircut. Been involved in none of this shit.
So you're saying that when Stephanie pulled up that you didn't hear any of the
I was sitting
conversation?
there, he leaned in the car, he was saying something to Stephanie, that was it. She pulled up and we went back. That was it.
Teo, I just...
You what?
You've told me several times that you don't just jump at whatever Ricky Cat says.
Nah,
But
I'll
you've
say
given
I
us
ain't
like
nobody.
three examples.
Oh, but my father telling me to come here?
Come here, and you come. Go pick up Teo, you go. Walk. You can't come in my house, it's hot outside.
Don't park in the driveway, don't park in front of the house, park
Yeah,
across
I
the
get
street.
that you're not somebody's bitch, but I mean,
Actually, Taylor told me to park right there.
well, okay, so why? You're your own man.
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to ask for why are we doing this?
Hey, Teo, what
The
the
house
hell?
is right
The
there.
house is right here, why would I not park?
Tell me park right there. Park right there and down in the house.
Okay, but you're telling me
Shit,
that
I'll
you're
park
your
right street
own
from
man.
my own house sometime.
Okay, we know where you park, it's not a spot that,
Okay.
I mean, you're like 10 houses down.
No, I wasn't the 10. I was
That
right.
far,
I was
but
looking
it's
at the
far
door
enough
right
that-
across the street, man.
No.
Well, put it this way, there was 10 spots closer that you could have parked without parking up there.
Man, okay. My house is right.
You could have parked in the driveway, you could have parked on the same side of the street as her house, you could have parked where you parked early in the morning in your orange car up here, you could have parked over here across the street, but instead you parked
Okay,
up
but
here.
hold up. If I was watching so much, then we parked right there and went back in the house. Didn't Rick come out and pull the car over in front of the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then.
But in front of the house, not down the street.
Well, I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
I'm not saying you do, but then you did the same thing, but even further away.
I parked across the street. You put a car over and put it in front of the house. That was it.
Just kind of.
I mean, what's the not making sense out? I parked across the street.
So let me ask you this, you know Ricky can carry a gun?
I haven't seen him or nothing. I know everybody in the street that has strawberries. But this town got so many fucking strawberries about this and that. I've never seen Rick with a gun.
You've
No,
never
since
seen
I
him
done
with a
known
gun?
him.
Come
I swear
on.
since I done known him, I didn't know Rick that long, man. I didn't know Rick that long.
So what about the day in question?
No, I didn't have no gun. I didn't even know Tato had a gun. Kind of man, Rick was sitting in the back seat with me and that how there was a gun on the back seat.
Ricky knew you had a gun?
Nobody knew I had a gun.
So what's some of the stories you heard about Ricky?
I mean, shit, you know, just got the abstract, like they just wild motherfuckers. Well, I don't know.
Like anything specific?
I just, you know, wild, highly tempered. That's all I know.
You heard any talk on the street of any people killed that they're saying Ricky did?
I just heard like when we was younger, they just found about it, just, you know, just built wild dating band or some shit. That's all I know.
Nothing recently?
Man, I don't be in the streets like that, man. I stay there and try to be in my music, man.
Well, no.
I done heard so many stories about me, so shit. This shit here is just full of gossip and bullshit, so I don't pay no attention to none of it. I know what's right, and then I'm trying to live this and that.
You know, the problem is this whole big conspiracy thing that he told you about. You don't have to have any knowledge of what was going to go on
I've done it. So, you know, like I said,
to get charged with it.
that's what I'm saying. So if y'all gonna charge me, y'all gonna charge me. But I don't know shit, and I can't make that.
You want to go to prison for that
I
long?
don't go nowhere, but shit, if that's what y'all gonna do to me,
Well, yeah, do that for Ricky. Ricky snaps his finger, he runs.
Man, let me tell you something, man.
That,
I'm not, the shit I've been through, and the motherfucker walking the whole my hand been through the shit I've been through, so why the fuck would I go through some shit another motherfucker does? I don't know.
you've given us 3 examples of when pretty much Ricky snapped, you jumped. No questions asked.
So the motherfucker told me to piss somebody up that I was going down there.
And he's not even a good enough, and then making you walk?
Wait a minute, how you make me walk?
You just told us.
Yeah, he's showered.
Oh, so you got 2 people.
Walk.
You got 2 people that snapped their fingers and you jumped.
That's how y'all look at it. That's how y'all look at
That's
it.
what you tell us.
Right.
If I'm nice enough to go pick somebody up, and then he tells me to not even park, and then we're not even going to go in the house, and I'm not going to question it.
Question that.
Yeah.
Just told me to get out of the car and was like, walk. We start walking up the street.
My point exactly. And you don't
I'm
question
listening
it.
now.
Teo said it, and you do it.
I seen that gray car, and then this man said something about the gray car. And I
I mean, are you scared of them?
Nah, I'm sure nobody.
Well,
Sure nobody but Jesus Christ himself. I'm sure no man on this planet. You, him, nobody.
you know, if I go pick him up and say we're going over to Stephanie's house, and then he tells me to park down the street, well, I'm going to park here. Don't worry about it. Okay? And then he says we're not going in and walk. And I don't say anything. I feel like his little bitch.
But then when Ricky gives the order, oh, Teo run over there, so I guess I'm gonna run over there too.
Shit, when you been? Bobby. What did you say? If he waved me over, he waved us over. He didn't say, bitch, or nothing, get over here. He just
He didn't
waved
have
us
to.
over.
He didn't have to.
No, he didn't.
He knew you'd obey.
Well, hey. Went in the house, the man called me in the house.
Kind of
I was embarrassed.
For you.
What? What's embarrassing?
You're sitting here trying to tell us that you're your own man, you ain't scared of nobody.
No, I'm not. Because if a man called me in the house, I got to be scared of him. That don't make sense.
You obviously didn't want to keep him waiting.
The obvious thing is, that shows us the biggest obvious thing, is we know you know more than telling us. And the reason you're not telling us is you're scared of Ricky. Because you're afraid when Ricky has that bullet coming, it's not going to be like the last guy who's going to run out of the clip and kick you. Ricky's going to finish the job. And you are scared of Damon, that's the truth.
What? I'm scared of a motherfucker trying to kill me.
He's in prison and you're still scared of him.
Who?
That's sad.
I'm not even scared of the motherfucker that shot me.
You're scared of Ricky.
For what?
He's going to get the job done.
Done with what? What's
Killing you.
What are you going to tell me for?
For talking to us. I mean, that's obvious the reason you're not telling us the story.
Man, I don't have no story to tell that.
See, we know different. That's the problem. I mean, we know.
How do you know different? Because somebody else told you another story.
No, that's not it.
Alright, go ahead.
We sat out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a whole lot done. We're not going to throw our cards out on the table.
Man, that's what you're supposed to. That's your damn
I mean, you know the obvious. But I'm telling you, the thing you got to think about, just to know that we're not bullshitting, you know, we're not bluffing, is why we were out on that street.
I don't know, and I've been trying to figure it out, but it's already.
So that's
Rick. Y'all was out there for Rick, right?
For Ricky?
Yeah. I'm telling you then. That's why y'all was out there.
But why?
I don't know.
Yeah, there wasn't too many people knew Ricky had that place out there.
Shit. To be honest, I thought I was stuffing his house. I didn't know it was his house. Was it his house?
And her name.
Well, shit, I thought it was her house. But I didn't know mine this thing. Never knew his house.
Well, she got 7 kids. How do you think she's paying the bill on that house?
And shit, she got baby daddy's business. She's a beautiful woman. So shit, these motherfuckers out here paying bills.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said,
she does whatever she needs to do to get money.
That's her.
Oh, I know.
You know, shit.
Her and Ricky.
Well, why ain't y'all got her in her asking her all this shit?
Who says we haven't?
Well, I mean, y'all might have to have it, but I don't know nothing. I'm only telling y'all what I know. I don't know why motherfuckers making me out to be the man or something like that. I'm a part of something.
You're not, but you're a part of it.
A part of what? Please tell me a part.
And you're smart, man. You've been around the block, too.
Yeah, I have. That's why I try to tell you how about money, this and that. Come on, man. If you look at my file, I know how to get money. I would why anybody else would do
Yeah,
it.
Stephanie runs with all these guys. Isn't it funny how she runs these guys? She gets all this money, has all these kids, and all these things happen. But
Come on, man.
Stephanie never goes to jail.
I don't know what Stephanie doing. I never questioned the fact of what happened to Stephanie. Don't know nothing about all that, man. Like I said, you have to admit she's a beautiful chick. You know, 17 don't look like she had no 17, so she pretty much talked to whoever she wanted to. So, whatever they do with that money, person myself, I'm not paying no bitch for no pussy. Nothing. So, you know. That's why my mother called and wondering what happened, so.
Yeah, that's another thing to say. Your mom's kind of a sick woman, so she ain't be around to take care of her.
That's the way y'all want to see me. I feel like I can't listen. I cannot make that thing no other way, just like I can maybe say some shit I don't know nothing about. So,
But we know you know stuff about it. I know you've lied to me already today.
what I lied to you about?
About the conversation, about Ricky, about
What
what was said that
conversation?
day, about what was said when he was hanging out, and Ricky took a shower, about
whose
Ricky
gun it
having a
was.
gun, about you've never seen him with a
I never
gun.
seen Rick with a gun. No.
Damon.
Man, that just don't make me say without with her. I ain't seen Rick with no gun. I had a gun Rick didn't even know I had.
Mm-hmm. Your gun. You had your gun?
The gun up all off the street, yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's a lie.
Alright, man. So whatever, there's evidence.
You don't remember seeing another gun in Stephanie's house? It wasn't your gun, and it wasn't Teo's gun, and it wasn't Stephanie's gun.
You never heard Ricky even talk about a gun?
Shit, I mean, I'm about to talk about guns.
That day, at the house? Nothing? Stephanie have any guns?
I didn't show up with no gun. Told you the kids was over when I did that.
Oh, that came later.
Yeah, our son was over when I did this. When we left, he was the one that don't lock the door. He was already there.
Yeah, he was there
I'm
when we
talking about the
left.
small ones. But our older son was there. He was already there.
He came later.
No, he was there.
What's Stephanie do with her van?
Why did you ask his step to that? I don't know nothing about step.
Didn't you hear me tell you earlier when we ask questions, a lot of times we ask questions we already know the answers to? We're just wanting to see what Damon has to say, to see if Damon's telling us the
The
truth.
sliding scale, Damon. I mean, listen, we're not just trying to screw with you.
Man, look.
You've got a federal warrant. You've been
Okay.
indicted federally.
Okay.
You're going in the federal system. There's no bond.
Okay.
It's holiday time.
Okay.
Okay? You're gonna do time. You got a gun in your pocket. There's not much of a case.
Okay.
The high end of this scale, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The low end, months, probation, all up to you. Do you think it matters? Do you think it really matters to us how
I
much
know it don't
time?
matter to y'all. Sure, but it don't matter to me neither because I don't
Don't
know
matter to you?
nothing. I mean, it matters, but I don't know nothing. I
Not
ain't
true.
sure nothing.
Not true.
Alright.
You spent too much time over there at Madison, hanging around Ricky. There's just
I ain't around, Ricky. Man, y'all don't
No,
know
nothing.
shit. I don't know nothing, man. Madison, man, I've been knowing them people for the longest.
I'm not saying you
My
didn't.
grandmother lived on
Yeah, we're not-
22nd in
we're
Madison.
not-
That's why I've been around Madison. I grew up on Madison. Been knowing the Masdens since I was in grade school. So you gonna tell me I can't go over nobody else?
No, we're not saying you can't go there. What I'm saying is I don't believe you go these places and you don't hear stuff.
I don't know what to talk about. I smoke weed behind it. So fuck. But I need to be hearing. I don't get in nobody's business, man. Ain't you ever heard? It's a saying that we got in the street. Meddling is worse than snitching. I don't meddle in no motherfucking shit. I stay to me.
Right. But you don't close your ears. When you're sitting there and people are bullshitting,
Man.
you hear stuff.
I don't even get in the, I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm not asking
about
that you
it.
ask me
No,
questions
man.
about this stuff.
I don't want to hear nothing. If it don't contain me, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person, man. I don't gotta say what I want to say. If this shit don't excite me, man, I've been through all this.
Listen,
What?
you're not the type of person that wants to spend, what's 85% of 10, 8.5 years. in
I
federal-
know I'm not the type of person who wants to spend 8.5 years. But if I don't have nothing to tell y'all that I don't know nothing about, then I can't tell you. And if y'all gonna try just like that, at the time, we're gonna indict you. I'm like, shit, I ain't been nothing but nice to these men. Where this come from?
No. You didn't
Yeah.
tell us nothing.
Man, look, man, well, I cooperated to the fullest. Just till I didn't sign that paper, I'm not signing no papers,
That's
man.
So why do you think we had that state case dismissed?
So y'all can bring up federal charges. Just what my lawyer said. Y'all dismissed the charges so y'all can bring up federal charges.
That's right.
So I already knew this was gonna happen. But no, running from it, this and that. I ain't trying to run. That's why when the detective comes, I called him back. So, like I said, I'm not trying to have shit.
You got greedy.
I got greedy.
Yeah.
What did you greedy for? Man,
Money.
tell me that
For the money.
the $500?
Mm-hmm.
You got greedy.
I got greedy for
Case in point, just like when Ricky was hanging that bill out in front of you, you got greedy, and that's why you're
You got
here.
greedy.
Now, you wanna know why I called that man? So my brother took harassing my mother to see what they want. They said, fuck that money. I just got paid. This is the first of the month. The fuck I need that money for?
Oh, come on.
I just got paid.
Oh, so you're rich now. You
No,
don't need
no, rich.
$570.
What is that? You act like it's 5,000 or something.
You tell me. You
I
obviously
got
got
that in
greedy.
the bank.
You slipped up and now you're wearing shackles.
Man, I didn't slip up nothing. I called this man that I figured there wasn't nothing. Maybe there was trying to give me some
Well, listen,
more
David,
in the car.
we've kind of laid it out on the table. I appreciate you talking with us.
Okay.
Even though you didn't want to sign your name, I appreciate you agreeing to talk with us,
Okay.
without signing your name. you're going to have an opportunity, like I say, you'll get with this Strebels or whatever his name is, or the public defender that they assign to you in the federal system if you won't take your federal case. You talk to your attorney, you know the game, you talk to your attorney, you decide what you want to do. We'd like to offer you a proffer, you know, and get the information. And the thing about a proffer is, Damon, is we'll talk to you, and we won't be able to use that information against you, okay? And you know the game, we want to use information. We want to use this information against Ricky. That's the bottom line. We're not wanting to hammer you. We don't want to see you go away.
Information, that's what I don't understand.
No, we're not. But we know. Just don't even. We just won't even go there right now. Okay. Hear him out.
All we're wanting to do is you corroborate what we already know. If you corroborate what you already know about this conspiracy, we'll all go on our merry way.
See, this is what I don't understand. What conspiracy?
But that's what we know that you know, and we know, but we want to hear it from your mouth. We're not going to play any words in your mouth.
Conspiracy on what? To make music?
To make money. We'll leave it at that.
Man, but okay, how was I making my money?
Well, that's what
So
you
if
got.
I'm selling some dope, if that's what you're saying, I don't need nobody selling no dope for me. If I wanted to
We're not
sell dope,
going to play the fishing game. I'm going to leave it as you were making money. Ricky was waving the money for you,
So
and
now,
that's what it was
so now
about.
my money.
You're Ricky's boy. Bottom line.
So that's what you want. That's why you
One, you're scared of him. You're scared of him,
Okay.
just like that statement you made earlier.
Mhm.
You know, there's a saying on the street that people have deaf ears because nobody's going to snitch. You're not going to snitch
I
on
said
Ricky.
Medlin's
That's the
worse
thing.
than
You're
snitch, is what I
scared of
said.
Ricky. You're afraid of him, and he's, you know, and it's an opportunity to make money. And you think there's a possibility he'll beat the case, he'll be back out, and you'll be back rolling again. But I'm telling you, it's not going to happen that
I
way.
wish I was rolling. I wouldn't be right here.
You're looking like you're doing all right. You got a new hat. You got some fairly new
This shit's
shoes there.
old, man. I'm dumb as hell. This shit's old.
Well, you know, we set up a proffer. Your attorney can explain it better to you.
I ain't even did the talk to him.
You get to.
You'll see them. They'll, like I say, they'll read you the rights and everything on Monday, and they'll assign you an attorney, and then you'll have the detention hearing on that. Between your initial hearing on Monday and your detention hearing, you'll have an opportunity to speak with your attorney. Or if you're going to pay this Strebel guy when you get over to Floyd County this morning, you'll be able to call him, and if he's your attorney, maybe he'll come over this afternoon and talk to you, or come over
So
tomorrow.
basically, what I was trying to say is that they're trying to hammer me to the wall to get to somebody else. Basically.
No, we're not trying to hammer you to get to somebody else.
We're trying to
The
give
problem
you a
is you're
break,
going to get hammered to the wall because of somebody else.
I'm not.
and we're giving you the opportunity to get a break and get out of it by cooperating.
You are going to get hammered to the wall because of somebody else.
Man,
We're not wanting to just run over you to get to somebody else.
Man, that's what you're doing because
No.
I don't know nothing, so you figure I do.
Well,
So that's why I say you figure I know something.
We don't
about
figure,
that.
we know you know.
Alright then, man.
We're past that, okay?
Alright then.
It's
What
just
do
the
I
bottom
know?
line is whether you want to tell us the truth or you don't want to tell us the truth. I mean, the
I
ball's in the ball's in your
know.
court, Damon.
using your terminology, hammered to the wall, there can be one person hammered to the wall, or there can be more. And right now, you're going to be up there with them.
I like that shit, man. I'm gonna fuck with
Well,
nothing to do with
Then that, well, if that's the case, it kind of sucks for you.
That is it then.
You know, we know that's not the case. We're not trying to bullshit you and try and get you to say something you don't know. We've been working on this. We know. Okay, we don't need to get into this little pissing match. I don't. You do. We do. We know that you know more. Okay, and you can be. We're not looking to run over you to get to somebody else. The problem is how many people are going to be hammered up on the wall.
I'll tell you.
Like I said, it wasn't, and you know for a fact, it wasn't a coincidence that we were out there on Galaxy.
Shit, they about to
Watching
see
your
that.
making
After the fact, yeah, you can see that, but like I said though, man, motherfuckers, from what I done heard, this whole shit, motherfuckers, didn't I find a Mac 11 and all this other shit? Why are y'all fucking with me? Why are y'all fucking with me?
Yeah, well, you were there.
Because you got information.
I mean, on what?
And you had a felon in here,
Man.
and you had a gun.
Alright,
And
man.
we're the police.
Alright.
When felons are out here with guns and people
I
are
had
being
heard
hurt,
that.
people are being shot,
From
and there's
what I
violent
heard-
crime in Louisville, that's our
What I
job.
heard from the Masons, I had a hand in, that's not the Mac 11.
Mhm.
That's possible.
It
It's
ain't
possible we found out.
It ain't possible like you tell me. I don't know.
Mhm.
It ain't possible. It happened. I found the math 11 because I won't fuck with me over a handgun and some shit I don't know nothing about.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Like he said, you know, using your expression, hammer the wall. We're not saying that you're the only one.
Right.
You're the only one here now.
Yeah, I know.
You don't know.
Man, I don't
And
care.
all you can control is Damon Shanklin's
And that's
destiny.
all I've been doing. That's it.
So, and you've come part way. You've told us a couple truths today.
I've been talking
You've called us a
about
couple half truths, and you've told us some bold-faced lies.
Well,
What we got to get over is the lies.
What's the bold-faced lie, Toes?
The one bold-faced lie was the conversation on that day.
About the
And the second bold-faced lie was about Ricky Kelly never having a gun. Those are the two bold-faced lies.
I've never seen Ricky with a gun. No.
So,
I ain't been around Rick like that.
You ever loaned your gun out to anybody? Never. So when we get back from the lab, we already got back.
I already have.
Listen,
Man, look.
not only ballistics, but you've never loaned that gun out, so there will be no other fingerprints on that gun.
Huh? Not that I know.
Well, if you've never loaned it out, you should be confident, right?
Yeah, I should be.
So there are no other fingerprints on that gun. Is that what you're telling me?
Shouldn't be.
There are or there aren't?
No, not that I know of. I mean, it's been what, 4 months now? Shit, it'd be an officer's handprint. Didn't take it out of my pocket. Wouldn't it be an officer's print on there or something?
Mhm.
So, like I said,
So you're telling me you're confident
I'm confident.
that nobody else has handled that gun?
No, besides the officers that took it out of
No,
my
before
pocket.
that. Before that.
No,
Nobody's looked at it. Nobody but Damon Shanklin has touched that gun since 2005.
Well, I can't be certain about that.
No. If so, tell me. I mean, if you're sitting around smoking weed, set it on the table, someone pick it up. Did you loan it to somebody?
I never loan my gun. I need my gun with it all the time.
Okay. Well, I can understand that. But tell me how the other fingerprints would get on there.
Shit, shouldn't be no other fingerprints on that. But if it, if it is, there'd be an issue. No, shit, I would tell them if I picked it up, hand it to me, anything.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Who could it have been?
Should have been him back from my little brother, my cousin, him back.
That's it.
Shit.
Nobody else has had that gun.
No, not that I know of.
This is all just for Damon. Ain't for nobody else.
What are you talking about?
The whole reason why we'd even want to talk to you.
so what was those gloves for, Damon?
Man, I explained it to y'all when I picked this up. Them gloves, weightlifting. We taught them gloves $10 when we were picking up drywall at Home Depot. Shit. Them gloves $10. I got calluses on my hand from trying to get my body back and lift them weights. I do believe it was some GNC products in the back seat of that car, wasn't it? Wasn't there some GNC products? I'll tell you then. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to lie to y'all, man.
Well, it wasn't your car.
No, but my top, but the GNC shit was ours. Just don't lift weights.
Oh, who's you left with?
Man,
Ricky?
was trying to lift weights. That's why I was 2 sets of gloves. We just came back from the hardware store, what, 2-3 days ago, didn't drywall.
Drywall for what?
Well, my auntie left me a house when I was younger. When she died, and I'm trying to put this house together to run that.
Where's that at?
24th and Elliott.
24th and what?
Elliott.
So you're remodeling the house, so you're using the gloves for carrying drywall and lifting loads?
No. We bought the gloves for weightlifting. I got calluses on my hand, those for weightlifting. We bought them when we went to get the drywall. We seen them.
Where were you lifting weights at?
I was going to either be at my house or my mother's, one of the two. Or his mother's, one of the two, whatever. We can get,
Ricky's mother's? Or?
I don't know, Mr. Dale's or not. I don't know. Either sisters, mothers, or my mother's sister, we was one of those.
So one pair was yours and one pair was Ricky's?
Yeah, we bought them, yeah.
Bought them together? You was with him?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you buy them
told you, Home Depot when we picked up the driver.
No, which Home Depot? There's 20 of them.
Dixie probably.
Dixie
Yeah,
Highway Home
yeah.
Depot. About 3 days before we stopped you.
I'm sure. Either a day or two, 1 or 2 days. I say I'm gonna give it 2 days before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.